Hello viewers, welcome to the second episode of ASC's Newscast. My name is Igomai Anthony and I am your host. Today with me, my guest is Ahis Omokwe. Hello Ahis.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Ahis, living in Africa and being growing up there, I'm sure you were exposed to wildlife and animal loving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, what is your take on wildlife conservation and animal poaching? And how do you think we can eradicate animal poaching in Africa?
Yeah. I think it's for my opinion. I think it's like really unfair to the animals themselves, like being killed for just maybe one precious thing from their body or something. Like for elephants, for example, they are killed for their tusk, so that people can actually use their tusk for jewelries. I think it's very, very unfair, and rhinos as well. And my biggest trick about this stuff is about tracking these animals, right? If we could track the animals and know how they migrate and how they reproduce and everything, I think it would be a very good way to actually control this. Another big method that we can do is implementing rules that guide these animals, like we can hunt by this certain time, we cannot hunt by this certain time, which is going to, like, maybe we could hunt when there's a lot of breeding and everything. Maybe every 5 years you could hunt for certain animals. I think that would be a very good route if they implement that. Then I think we, as the issue might stand, we should try as much as possible to create a body a universal body that guides these rules. Like we could have a wildlife conservation committee whereby they work along with UN to train rangers, more park rangers, and build infrastructures that is going to make this wildlife conservation a very, very serious issue.
In other words, like to enforce the major rules and the laws guiding the safety of this animal.
Yeah. If they do that, it will be very great for the conservation of animals. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Would you say that using this community empowerment, I mean, alertness, telling the community, giving them this information that, okay, this is going around you, watch out for things like this, because some of them are really poor, and most of the people that live around all this wildlife conservation, they're poor people. So some of these poachers, I think that they just bribe them and then they go in and they do this so that they don't get to report them to the authorities. Do you think that's also another factor that is also making this animal poaching be on the rise?
Yeah. Over the years, ads have always been a very, very big part of human history. Like every time we see ads, we kind of ask ourselves, why is the reason for that ad? So if we have ads that are actually showcasing that you're actually killing these animals is really bad, and look at how it affects the economy, because you find out if you keep killing the elephants and other animals for their stuff, the tourism rate will be kind of low, because all those animals are one of the reasons why people actually come into Africa to actually come visit. And if you show these people that, look, if you guys keep killing these animals, people might not come visit, and if they don't come visit, you might not be able to find your daily bread. Basically.
All right.
So it would be very nice if, using ads and using things like social network to just raise awareness not just on a seasonal basis, on a daily basis, like on a very, very daily basis, like
maybe just let them know with the danger that
yeah.
All right, thank you very much, and we're going on a break and we'll be back. Thank you. Welcome back, ladies.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Fine. His research has been going on around, and it has been. We found out that it's actually cheaper to use macroorganisms like maggots or larvae, as it's being called, to treat infectious wounds, as opposed to buying all these expensive medical drugs like antibiotics, those injections, and paying unnecessary hospital bills. Rather, it's easier and it's cheaper to use natural, treatment, as I would like to call it. What do you think is your take on that?
The first question I'm going to ask is, how effective are these natural medicine you guys are talking about? Like, if you have an injury that's going to take about a week to cure, and if I use antibiotics, it's going to take me 3 days, and if I use the other the natural medicine, it takes me almost 2 weeks. Like, how does, like, that's my question. Like,
actually, to be very honest on that, it has been proven that it's actually better to use this maggots or these microorganisms to actually treat these infections with, because they feed on dead tissue. And when you feed on dead tissue, the bacteria there cannot grow. The bacteria there cannot grow, they die, and they die, the wound closes. So basically what they're saying is that whatever would take 1 month for these antibiotics to cure, it can be cured in 2 to 3 weeks. So at the end of the day, it's just that sometimes my first look of it was that, oh my God, that's very disgusting. Like, you can't be using things like that to actually, I mean, how are you going to put lava on your leg and say, okay?
And you're gonna wait for almost 2 weeks, right?
Well, you're not going to wait for almost 2 weeks. There's a seal. They're going to seal it, and then it's going to do all this work and stuff like that. Basically.
I personally, I feel as a human being I am, I don't like pain, right? I would rather spend my money buying an antibiotics than waiting, like an antibiotics that's going to cure me for like 4 days, than using something that is natural that will save me more money. Yeah, it's going to save me more money, but my pain is going to last for 2 weeks. And that might reduce the way I go to my work and get job done. And time is money. And you have to look at it in that way. It all connects. It all connects. So I won't just look at it because it's natural and cheap and just fall towards it. I would rather look at it, is it going to save me time? Is it going to save me money? Yes, it's going to save me money, but time is money as well. As I said before, if I spend more time at home, not doing anything, trying to cure my wounds, I won't get the money to eat tomorrow. So that's just my own view about it.
So you're saying that for those people who really cannot afford this medical care that much, should they have to, work that extra mile or go out of their way to actually find that much money to actually buy these very expensive drugs when there's a natural alternative for them?
Since there's an option, right? In life is always about having an option. The people who have the money can go buy the antibiotics. The people who don't have the money can stay at home and wait for it to cure by using those natural bacteria and the natural bacteria you spoke about. So it's about preference, right? For me, as I said before, I would rather buy the antibiotics, cure myself in 4 days, go to work, make more money, than wait at home because I don't have money to buy it. If I have the money to buy it, wait at home and use the antibacterials, which is going to take me about 2 weeks to actually heal. You understand? So yeah.
So if they prove to you that this natural treatment is actually cures faster and everything, which apparently research has proven that it does, would you actually be comfortable using those treatments on yourself?
Yeah, I'll be comfortable using it, but the trick about it is that if it is found that it cures faster than the antibacterial, guess what? These companies are going to control it. That's how the world works. It's a give and take situation here. Once it's proven that it is going to take way more longer, it's going to take less time to actually get it to cure your injuries, guess what? Pharmacists are going to jump into it and they're going to control it. Then it might be so possible that these guys could tell you that you actually planting these bacteria that they're using is illegal. It's possible like that. The world is that deep. So yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Ace. Now we're taking another quick break and we'll be back shortly. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, Ace.
Yeah.
You're still here, right?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here with you.
All right, Ace. Thank you very much for being on our show.
Yeah.
Before you take your leave, I want you to tell us where you're from and what's so exciting about where you're from, what you love the most.
Okay. I'm from Nigeria. My hometown is Edo State. It's the motto of the state is called the heartbeat of the nation. Yeah, Edo State. And we have different festivals that go on in different years. We have somebody that's not like the governor, but it's like a traditional ruler. It's called the Oba. So we have something we call Igwe Festival. The Igwe Festival, they bring out lions and people actually try and tame the lions and control them and stuff. Something tricky like that. It's really scary though.
Alright.
Then we have masquerades that dance around for about 7 days. Yeah, about 7 days. Crazy, man. And it's very colorful. Like there you get to see the women tying their gele with their very colorful clothes. and there's a lot of food during that period. Then during the December period, in my village, like where my forefathers were born in, they have this masquerade competition that goes on every year. It goes on the 30th of December, thereabouts. 30th December 27th, thereabout. It's a very, very big competition. I could regard it as like the Champions League of masquerade dancing. So like they get to be jumping around and something like that. Is kind of interesting. So yeah, that's pretty much about where I come from, and it's really exciting. Like it's like living at the edge. So.
All right. Very much. Thank you very much, Ace, for being on our show. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you coming. And don't worry, we're going to come.
Yep.
See you.
Yep.
Thank you very much, viewers. And it was nice to have you on the show. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.
The devil is alive. Big guns, big whips. Rich nigga talking big shit. Double cup, gold wrist. Double up on that blow, bitch. 2 mil on that I-95. Bow your head cause it's time to pay tithes. Opposition want me dead.